So the first question was 7 goals on debut. Which goal do you prefer, the one underneath the legs or the other goal on the boundary?
Like I was saying, I liked underneath the legs, a little bit different, bit of basketball, but yeah, I think the last one was pretty good, along the boundary, pretty tight. Probably the last couple of minutes of the game as well, so I think I'll take that one.
In AFL, there's like a lot of discussion about players they're having set shot problems.
Yep.
You're probably one of the more accurate kicks. Do you think that AFL players do enough training in taking set shots?
I think it's about just perfecting a routine. I know when I was at the Saints, we did a fair bit of goal kicking. I still think we could probably do more. Even here at local footy, I think every club can do a little bit more goal kicking. I think it's just really important. I just think if you don't kick goals, you're not going to win a game. So, for example, the Saints on the weekend, I watched their game and they had the most scoring shots, I think, from inside 50, and most of them are misses, and they cost them the game. And they do a lot of work. And that's obviously they need to show that now on the scoreboard. So I think it can, it decides wins or losses. So I definitely think, as a player, you just need to take ownership and perfect a routine. And no matter how wacky it is, I just think you need to find something that works for you.
You still use the long runner?
Yeah. I still got the long run up. I never had a routine when I started footy when I was 16, so I never had a routine, and I wanted to try get one. And my uncle had a similar routine, but he only takes 13 steps, and I tried to do it, it's just too short, and ended up kept walking, and now it's about average 27 to 30 steps. Some people say I never count. I just go back literally until I feel comfortable. And then I just take my set shot and my routine, and it's something that works for me. If it didn't work, I'd have to change it because I do get a lot of criticism about it. But at the same time, I can just turn around and say, mate, I kick the goal after it. So I kick more than I miss, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. You've played all 3 levels of football, so AFL, VFL, local.
Yeah.
Is it easy to adjust to each level? Does it take time?
It's definitely a big jump. Like, for example, I started at local when I first started at 16. I couldn't drop punt, I couldn't play the game. It's something that I fell in love with and I just wanted to get better at. And I worked pretty hard on my game, and then I jumped to play VFL when I was open age, and then played VFL, and I started in the reserves, and I struggled a little bit. My whole first year I played in the reserves, so the pace definitely got me, and certain things that I needed to learn about my game, and I was still pretty young in terms of football knowledge compared to a lot of the guys that have been playing since I was 10 years old on the list. So I had to really learn and adapt quickly, and then I started playing seniors and adapt to that. And then, lucky enough, I got drafted to the Saints and had to adapt to training standards and how hard it is. Like, people think once you make AFL, it's easy after that, but that's just the hard work just begins. And I really had to adapt to that. And once you start getting to games, NAB Cup, you're playing, you feel like it's all right, but come round one, the season, it just goes up to another level. Like, it's unbelievable, the speed of the game, how costly turnovers can be. You just literally, it's like that. Offense, defense is like that. Yeah. But and then coming back down, you still have to adapt, to the players around you, the skill level, all that little things that make a difference. You're not going to get balls here anymore. You might get them on the ground. And it's all about not getting frustrated and just accepting where you're playing, no matter where it is. But I love playing at any level, as long as I'm playing footy and I'm healthy. I missed 18 months of football through a ban, and I just love just playing the game and just competing. So.
Yeah. So last year you played for Coburg and you won the Frosty Miller Medal, named full forward team of the year.
Yeah.
Were there opportunities to go back into the AFL?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have a good season. Worked pretty hard on my game to try to get back in, and I wanted to make sure that by the end of the year, come draft time, I've ticked everything off and I haven't left anything behind and have no regrets. And I was happy when I finished the season. Lucky I won the goal kicking, team of the year. So there's nothing else I could have done for me, and I was pretty content with myself. Spoke to a few clubs, and some clubs said my age was a factor. Some other clubs picked up players in the trade, similar position to me, which obviously didn't allow me to play. So, I can't control that. But I definitely wanted to play AFL footy again. I definitely think I'm capable of playing AFL footy. I think the ban kind of derailed my career a little bit at an important time where I was developing, and came back and I just didn't get much of an opportunity at the Saints, and then got delisted, and just wanted to have a really good year at Coburg, which I did. But now I can just put that behind me and know that, you know, I did everything I can, and lucky enough to play 33 games at the Saints, and they picked me up, and I got to play AFL footy.
Yeah, exactly right. You touched on about your work for the AFL. It's multicultural.
Yeah, so I'll manage the multicultural and Islamic programs, and as well as that, I'm working with the AFL Women's Academy as a coach as well.
So, do you see yourself in future going into the coaching area?
Yeah, I'd like to. Well, for West Preston, I'm an assistant coach as well. I'm the forwards coach and assistant coach to Robbie, and I really enjoy the coaching aspect. And like I said, at the academy, I'm a coach, and I'd like to get into the male side of things, and never know, maybe I can end up at a club one day. But yeah, just worrying about now and enjoying myself, and just developing my skills and trying to get better at whatever I do, and just see what happens in the future and what it holds for me.